Welcome to Yin Yoga deep back stretch. So in this practice, we'll focus on the back and the spine. Let's begin by reclining back, coming down onto the mat. We'll start off with the reclining crescent moon shape. So you'll take your right hip here and you'll just kind of scoot it over towards the right side of your mat. And then you can take your head and scoot that over towards the left side of the mat. You can take your feet also over towards the left. So if you were looking down on top of yourself from the ceiling, bird's eye view, you would look like a crescent shape, a crescent moon. Both arms reach up overhead. And as we see here with Michael, left hand is grabbing the right wrist, if that feels okay in the shoulders. Otherwise, you can separate the hands and do kind of a cactus variation or anything else that feels comfortable for your upper body and shoulders. And then last little suggestion here, I like to lift the right leg up and cross it over top the left leg and just put the ankles on top of each other. It creates a little bit more containment and stability. And at this point, now we just start to drop into that Yin Yoga zone. So we'll be here for about another couple minutes or so. Feel free to close the eyes. Just let the breath breathe you instead of you breathing it. That beautiful quote by W.S. Merwin, who writes, little breath, row me gently, for I am a river that I am learning to cross." So that gentleness of the breath will carry us from this opening pose to that last final resting pose. And all you have to do is just surrender and relax into that gentle stream of breath. study that they did at the University of Princeton. They took two groups. They told each group that on the other side of campus that they were going to go hear a lecture about the parable of the Good Samaritan. And one group was told to rush over there, that it was about to start in a few minutes. The other group was told to take as much time as they needed, no rush, no hurries. And as both groups went all the way across campus, they encountered a person that was crying for help. It was an actor just playing a role. And what they discovered was nearly everyone that was in a rush did not stop to help the person, even though they were going to hear a lecture about the Good Samaritan. But the group that was told to take their time, to not hurry, nearly everyone in that group did stop to help the person. So it speaks to this reality that when we are in a rush, we get self-absorbed, and our circle of awareness becomes very, very constricted and confined. We're not even able to notice and see what's going on around us. So in this practice, as we slow things down, our awareness begins to expand. The same way that our body too also begins to expand and become more spacious. Go ahead and uncross and unhook that left leg. Recenter the body back up. Grab the shins. Draw the knees, the thighs into the belly, into the torso. And then gently rock and roll your way all the way up to a comfortable seated position. If you like, you can even sit on top of a block here. And go ahead and rest your hands on top of your knees, on top of your thighs. We set up for seated cat and cow. So on the inhale, lift the chest up, gently lean back and look up. And on the exhale, round the back. Curl the chin in. And on your own, inhale, chest lifts up and expands. And then exhale, round it in. Just flow through a few more of those on your own. And then come back to a neutral spine, hands still on top of the knees, the thighs. Lean your torso forward, and then in a clockwise direction, begin to circle your body or torso around. What we sometimes call Sufi grinding. And one of the reasons why the Sufis slip into that ecstatic, whirling dervish dance is that the spinning represents the reality that all things in the universe are cyclical in nature, that they spin as well. The cycles of the seasons, the cycle of the planets, the stars, the cycle of breath, the cycle of life, everything is in that rhythm, in that cycle. As you're ready, reverse that the other way. Bring the spine and torso back to neutral. tabletop pose, roll over onto the knees. Setting up now for melting heart pose. So melting heart pose, you're going to extend your hands, your arms out in front of you. You're going to keep your hips up, unlike a child's pose, and then you're going to allow your forehead and your chest to drop down, keeping your hips and your tailbones sloping up. Now, this feels intense on your shoulders, and sometimes for me it does. I'll actually rotate the palms up so I get an external rotation of the shoulders, just like Rachel here is doing. You can even bend the knees a little bit so you broaden into the upper back, you broaden into the shoulders. Because really what we're looking for in this pose is a stretch right here in that upper back, the thoracic part of the spine. So as the chest dips down, we're putting that positive pressurized effect right in this band of tissue that runs along this area of the spine. See if you can find that, feel that. Breathe into that. Here, go ahead and ease your way all the way back to a child's pose. So open the knees, bring the big toes together, and then I'm going to invite you to bring the arms behind you just to complement what you just did. So it's nice and soft in the shoulders. And although it does look similar to what you just did in Melting Heart, you've gone from a backward bend to more of a forward bending shape. Let the hips draw back towards the heels. If you feel any excessive compression in the knees, you can always put some padding in between your heels and your hips. Or even rest something underneath your forehead. hands out in front of you, tabletop pose, all fours position. Slide the knees back behind the hips, modified plank. Take an inhale there. And exhale, lower slowly all the way down to the belly. Coming into Sphinx pose, slide the elbows forward so the elbows are right underneath the shoulders. Forearms parallel to each other, toes extending back. And allow the chin to slightly dip down. Almost with just a hint of humility, one of the great benevolent qualities and virtues that we strengthen. These virtues that we explore, whether it's humility, goodness, generosity, compassion, create a type of atmosphere around us. Just like the earth has an atmosphere that protects it from a lot of outer harm, every now and then an asteroid may penetrate. But we know that most of what comes towards the planet, whether it's a solar flare or whatnot, that we're protected because of that atmosphere. And in the same way, when we align with these virtues and we embody them and we live by them, they create a type of atmosphere around us as well, protecting us from outer harm. And somehow we find ourselves less likely to be in these situations where suffering is more possible. So you can imagine that it's like you're in this cocoon of safety. Feel free to stay in the Sphinx, or if you like the seal pose, slide the hands forward, open them out a little bit, press down into the hands, draw the chest, draw the heart up. There's that wise saying that the body keeps the score. Everything that we move through within our life is stored in the body somehow. We've all moved through those events and experiences in life that were very challenging and overwhelming. Whether that was the end of a relationship, loved one passing away, the loss of financial stability or a job. This energy can live in the body for a long period of time unless it becomes liberated. One of the gifts of Yin Yoga is that it liberates those, what we might call emotional blockages or knots. So we keep things clear. It's not about spiritual might notice is the opposite of dizziness. In yoga we call it sukha. Nice and easily slide the hands back by the ribs. Press up to tabletop pose, all fours. Crawl the knees forward a bit. Cross the feet behind you, release down to the sit bones. And then extend the right leg out in front of you, sole of the left foot to the inner right thigh, half butterfly. When you're ready, reach those arms up above you on the inhale. And then fold over and down on the exhale. Keeping the lower body as is, we'll add a little side stretch here. So now, take the right arm and bring it to the inside of your right leg. Take your left arm and reach it up to the sky. And begin to open up the left chest as you inhale. And then extend that left arm forward and out on the exhale. And then you take those left ribs and you roll those open to the sky. So you're stretching that left side body. The right arm can be down on the also take a block and put that underneath the right elbow. If you don't have a block, you can even rest your right elbow on top of your right thigh. You can relax your head on top of your right hand. If your left shoulder gets tired, you could always bend your left elbow and just bring your left hand behind the head. Some of you that are more open, you can even reach the left arm forward and you can grab onto that front foot. So as usual, lots of options here. Wherever you're at, just keep those left ribs turning and rolling open to the sky. So continue to take care of this back and spine. As we move to that meditation of the energy centers known as the chakras, or those wheels of energy, those energy centers reside inside of the corridor of our spine that run from the tailbone all the way to the crown of the head, connected to various organ systems, colors, elements, sound mantras, affirmations. So in a way, in a physical way, you're taking care of that corridor that protects those 7 energy centers in this practice. Now, ease your way up. Take your left arm and bring it all the way back around behind you. Left hand on the ground, left fingertips face away from you. And then on an inhale, lift your hips up, reach your right arm all the way up and back, belly to the sky, reach. And then exhale, lower all the way back down to the mat. And we'll pulse that a couple more times. So inhale, lean back, lift up, expand. And then exhale, lower back down. One more time, inhale, come up. And exhale, lower back down. Then extend the left leg out in front of you. Half butterfly on the other side. So sole of that right foot to that inner left leg, left thigh. Both arms come up on the inhale. And then fold over and down on the exhale. We know that this style of Yin Yoga originated from martial arts. And just like in Shaolin Kung Fu, they have the part of training that's very strong and yang-like in nature. They also have the softer practices like Qigong, the meditation. And so Yin Yoga, originating from another form of what we call monkey Kung Fu, was the part of training that involved just the long, deep stretches. To get into the tendons, the ligaments, the joints, the fascia. Support the body when it came time for the harder, stronger, more rigorous form of training. The holy grail is to have the strength and the pliability, power and the suppleness. arm to the inside of the left leg. Right arm reaches up. Open up that right chest. Inhale. Extend it out on the exhale. Finding that variation that feels right for you. Bring that right arm all the way up. Bring the right hand all the way down to the floor behind you. Right fingertips facing away. Lean into that hand and then inhale, float. Hips up, belly up, left arm up and back. And exhale, lower slow to the feet. Inhale, lift up, expand, reach. Exhale, lower back. One more time, inhale. And exhale. Good, extend that right leg forward. Release down onto your back, having your block nearby. Setting up now for supported bridge pose, knees bent, feet flat on the ground. Lift the hips up and slide your block right underneath your lower back. Once you find your place, just relax into that prop here in this mild inversion. As naturally as a river flows down a mountain, power and energy will flow to you naturally. Practicing yoga, and especially by being in a pose like this. Let it flow down towards the heart, the throat, and the head. spaciously, just extend the legs out for Shavasana. Keeping that inner stillness that you dropped into from supporting bridge. Tao Te Ching, it says, empty yourself of everything. Let the mind rest at peace. 10,000 things rise and fall, while the self watches their return. They grow and flourish, and then they return to the source. Returning to the source is stillness, which is the way of nature. Last few minutes. Shavasana. Inhale through the nose, and out the mouth, exhale, let it go. Reach your arms all the way up over your head towards the back and release the fingers, stretch them all out, you can bring the legs together. Reach forward, grab the shins, hug the knees and thighs into the belly. Your way all the way up to the last final comfortable seated position. Bring the hands to prayer position in front of your chest, your heart, sitting up tall in that quality of mobility. Slightly bowing the forehead down in that quality of humility. Back to the thumbs to the center of the forehead for clarity of mind. Fingers to the mouth and thoughtfulness of speech. Hands back to the middle of the chest, the heart for consistency of action. Allowing your yoga to shine through all that you think, all that you say, and all that you do.
Thank you very much also for walking.
Slide right into bed and have a wonderful night's sleep. And we'll see you tomorrow for the next.
This is the purpose of this session. I hope you will enjoy this session. Regular practice will bring flexibility in your body. You're going to fix your body. Take care. Bye.